Houston, we have a problem.
Yes!
What you gonna do? 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 What you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
Let me say this. I'll start like a paragraph, like I'm writing an essay. Intro, body, conclusion. Here's my intro. Bray Wyatt has returned to the WWE. Here's why. For the last couple of weeks, see, I don't think I even have it up on here anymore. Last couple of weeks, we have been seeing some mysterious things. Don't you guys agree?
Yep.
And we're coming up on Extreme Rules. And there's a lot of things being teased backstage. And, you know, I'll start with Bray Wyatt's cryptic tweets. That was fancy. Did you hear that? Let it play. All right, before we start losing the people.
Right.
Ronix, first of all, let me ask you first.
Uh-huh.
Do you believe Bray Wyatt is back?
Absolutely.
Brother Hugh, do you believe Bray Wyatt is back?
Yep.
Okay, let's break it down for the people because we're going to have a serious discussion about this, god dang it, and prove to the people so you can say that you realize officially that Bray Wyatt is back on the wrestling realm. Back in WWE, excuse me. So during the commercial breaks, I know, right? Wouldn't that be money?
What?
During the commercial breaks of Raw, SmackDown, live house shows, we've been watching some red lights, and then there's a song that's being played, right? It's a song entitled White Rabbit.
Yeah.
By Jefferson Airplane, right? So one of the things that I want to look at specifically was this right here. This is the lyrics to the song White Rabbit. And I want to pay close attention. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. Here's what we do. There's a couple of things that caught my attention. It's an old song by Jefferson Airplane. And if you pay attention to the last stanza of it all, where it talks about, because the song, I think it's about drugs, to be honest with you. But when it talks about, and if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, right? And then at the very end, it says, while the night, what does it say? And while the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head, remember what the dormice said: feed your head, feed your head. Right? So you have to ask yourself something. What does that mean? Where do we first see this feed your head thing, and why is it so closely associated with this white rabbit? Well, we saw a randomly placed QR code in the backstage of Raw, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Right there. And when we clicked this QR code, it took us to a video, didn't it?
Yep.
It took us to a video, and this video was this white rabbit playing this game of Hangman, right? So you look at this thing and you say, okay, who killed the world? Now that's something that came from Mad Max. And you say, look at it, you say, okay, well, let's look at this. What makes you think this is Bray Wyatt? It's no proof. You can't prove that. There's no way to say that, right? Okay, cool. So let's speculate a little bit. We're looking at it. What does it spell out? DEMON, demon. Right? Still not sure. You see the white rabbit, and you see that hourglass that's circled in red, correct?
Yeah.
Does this look familiar to you in any way, shape, or form? Pay attention to the font of "You Did." Look closely at it. I want to get it burned in your brain. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, I feel sorry for you. You're missing out. Look at that font.
YouTube.com/The Wrestling Realm.
YouTube.com/The Wrestling Realm. Let's look at something that I noticed from 2014, I believe, or however long ago it was. This is the same font
Yep.
that was on his Bray Wyatt t-shirt. Right? So I said, okay, that doesn't prove anything. Let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper. Right? So there's a lot of birds and stuff holding stuff. There's random CGI birds backstage. You guys notice that, holding lanterns? But I've noticed there's this thing that is this common ground when it comes to Bray Wyatt is these red rings. These red rings that we're seeing. What do these three images have in common? There's this white rabbit, once again, that was part of this video that says "feed your head," right? And we noticed this red ring around the play button. This is the same lyrics from the song White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. We see this red ring in Bray Wyatt's Twitter bio when it says that he who opens the doors below, circle, and then it says business inquiries, right? And we see the same red ring around this hourglass, right? Now, many people try to say, hey man, maybe this white rabbit was one of the gimmicks that Karrion Kross used during his Lucha Underground days. But Karrion Kross has gone on Twitter to say, look, you guys speculate, don't assume anything. Although that was something years ago, this isn't what it is now. And it wouldn't make sense because Karrion Kross is involved in something with Bray Wyatt, right?
With McIntyre.
With Drew McIntyre. So then you say to yourself, okay, realness, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'm still not convinced. Okay, let's continue to put the pieces together. Something interesting that I saw when a couple weeks ago was this mask by Kyle Scarborough. Kyle A. Scarborough was the gentleman who designed the mask for the Fiend. And if you pay very, very close attention to his tweets, it literally says "feed your head," correct?
Let me in.
So we start seeing once again this white rabbit show up that's been associated naturally with the creator of the Fiend and his mask, right? So you say, okay, cool. Let's talk about a few things that's happened most recently. Alexa Bliss had a match and the lights was blinking. What did she have to do with the situation? Alexa Bliss was closely associated with the Fiend. We don't know how she got the way she did, but the Fiend had some type of hold on her and it caused her to transform.
Yep.
Ultimately, Alexa Bliss lost that match, but at the end of the day, it's no coincidence that the lights started glitching because at the time of her match, Byron Saxton and them had mentioned that she really hasn't. This is the most focused she's been herself, and then the light glitches. Right?
That's
Remember also the glitches from maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. It started then, and then that's when you heard about the White Rabbit entrance.
They're playing this song in between commercial breaks, where the lights get really red, and they're playing this song.
He used to do that back in the day,
right? And if you need proof of it, here it is.
Yep.
He's the only superstar that's been associated with red light during matches outside of Kane. Yes, your boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, as we start putting pieces together, you look at Extreme Rules. If you notice something different about this poster, there's these lanterns and these fireflies in the background, and it's like, okay, cool. What in the world? Like, there's random stuff. There's a trash can. There's some people saying that this thing back here is a sheep's mask, but you can't hardly see it. And it's a chair and so forth. But there's a lantern with fireflies. Who else is associated with lanterns and fireflies in the WWE?
Bray Wyatt.
It's also something that I found suspicious as well. Jefferson Airplane, right? The same people that performed the song White Rabbit, that has us going down this rabbit hole. They also performed another song that might be closely associated with Bray Wyatt, but maybe you guys could help me bring us full circle. The name of that song is this. Brothers, I think we debunked it. Bray Wyatt is back in WWE. And I think we're going to find out either the next chapter or what comes next on this date.
That's tomorrow.
9/23.
That's 92Q.
We're going to find out on 92Q Jams. 9/23 at 9/23.
Friday.
Like as of this recording, it is, like I said, September 21st, 2022.
Now it's 22nd.
22nd, because we're burning midnight oil. We really do shows over 2 days. You guys ever notice that?
Oh, I know.
I know. It just hit me now. It just hit me now.
Get up on Thursday morning like this for work. Woo!
So the last time we saw Bray Wyatt, one of his last gimmicks was the Mad Hatter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most recently, we saw that he has an action figure of the Mad Hatter in stores, and I was confused. Like, well, Bray Wyatt's been released. Why are they releasing this Mad Hatter action figure? And one of the things that the Mad Hatter is closely associated with in Alice in Wonderland is this white rabbit that's constantly late. Gentlemen, what does this all mean? I know that's a loaded question to ask, especially when it comes to Bray Wyatt and what he's doing. But we've essentially done what he wanted us to do. And that's follow him down this rabbit hole, because we just sat there and launched this entire investigation. And I took all this time to put these things together to show proof that if this is not closely associated with Bray Wyatt, then I don't know what is or who is. And trust me, there's a few other pieces that people kind of debunking to put together, but I'm like, bro, I don't even have time to make that stuff make sense right now. But we know that Bray Wyatt is an innovator, and we know that he's ever changing. He never wants to be stale in his creativity. Mm-hmm. What are you guys expecting from Wyndham 6 now, as he kind of makes his return back to the WWE? Because it doesn't look like business as usual.
Right.
I wasn't expecting, like, if he does make a comeback, I definitely wasn't expecting the Fiend.
Okay.
But if they were to go down that road, I was thinking maybe like the Three Faces of Foley type thing.
Okay.
Old school Bray Wyatt. What's the
Fiend?
Yeah, Fiend and the Muscle Man Bray Wyatt.
Sure.
Okay. Or the Funhouse Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, right. He was kind of doing this Mr. Rogers Neighborhood thing.
Right. But like you said, he's always finding innovative ways to reinvent himself. Remember when Randy Orton burnt him up? He was the crispy Fiend, and people love that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the Fiend character was killed off when this whole Goldberg situation, and then that Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins. He's been trashed. He was poorly executed. Like he was poorly booked. So why not come back as something a little bit more mysterious?
Didn't like him with Orton?
You said I didn't like him with Orton?
Yeah.
Oh no, I liked it. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Had that Inferno match during the pandemic. I think that was probably one of the best matches during the pandemic era.
Right. Right. But it just seems like they buried him.
It was very on the surface compared to now, because now we're getting like, oh, this is real. Like I there's no way where I mapped all this stuff together for a freaking wrestling show. I'm talking about the attention to detail with this white rabbit, the secret things, the music that they're using, the lyrics of the words,
QR codes and whatnot.
QR codes backstage, these buzzers. There's random birds backstage that we've been missing during these segments. Mm-hmm. And last one, I don't know, it was last week. I know we saw one with a bird backstage holding a lantern, like a lantern light bulb in his mouth. I think it was CGI, but the Hurt Business was kind of walking one direction, and just I was like, well, why is that there? Even just Lily still being around, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, there's something going on here.
Well, actually, Lily, wasn't that the first time she was on the show for a while? Well, see, Alexa wasn't bringing her out.
No, because Alexa, like I said, somebody kindly brought to my attention. They sold out like in like an hour of Lily.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh, nah, you got to keep bringing her out there. But to me,
yeah, because she said Oscar would get one if they won the tag titles.
Yeah,
I was about to say. Speaking of that, did you want to go? You want to go into further into that with Oscar?
No, by all means.
Ooh. All right. Well, I was thinking. I was like, it's kind of peculiar that like the whole segment where Damage Control came out, jumped. Who was it? They jumped Alexa first, and then they got Oscar in the ring by herself, and Oscar has Lily
on top of her,
holding on to her like that's her
laying
baby,
down,
like that's her baby, and she would not let her go. So let's be real right now. If you're getting jumped and you have a baby doll in your hand, a toy, you're gonna drop that 9 times out of 10. She's hugging it like her life depended on it. So I'm thinking like, maybe I'm doing too much, but what if there's some type of freaky dark turn for Oscar?
Bro, I was so confused. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of darkness in Japanese culture.
Exactly.
That's something that's kind of like embedded in their popular culture a lot. You know what I mean? They have a very dark side to Japan when it comes to that kind of, that type of, entertainment. And I'm telling you right now, brothers, I've been thrown off like, dude, they're going to all these lengths. I know Alistair Black is dying right now because he's like, can you imagine all the stuff I could have done?
What?
You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that Bray Wyatt is finally getting this opportunity to do things because we would have never saw this depth. That we would have saw a promo or two. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think he could go this deep. But now we're looking at it like, yo, this is some different stuff. Like they're doing everything. I'm talking from the tweets to the random QR codes to these videos to playing Hangman to like spelling out the word demon, then spelling out the word Ziju. Like it means like some type of spiritual being. Like the leftover letters is like XIYU or something like that. That spells something. That's a word. It means it means spiritual being. And then you see this feed your head, this white rabbit, and this come with me and just find me. And I'm like, dude, there's so many Bray Wyatt isms going on, and it's like sensory overload. And I'm just like, dude, if this is the level and extent that he's going to bring him back,
oh, it's gonna be good.
He's going to be an even bigger star than he was, and they're going to have to pay him the money that they told him that he had to give up. Because I'm like, he's going to be instantly popular, and it's like, well, what do you do with him after that? At that point, because it's like, man, you got Bray, you got Cody, you got Roman, and I'm talking like money makers. Bray Wyatt returns in any shape or form, he's going to be
absolutely
huge, like off breaks, like everything is going to sell out. I couldn't be more than excited for the opportunity that he has because I've never seen this before. Right. Not on this level. Like before we've seen it and we've looked at a show.
Yeah.
They have us scanning QR codes and looking at random videos. And I'm like, dude, somebody's freaking playing with us right now. And we keep getting suckered in. Like you guys are being successful. Like these telling everybody go down. Like he was telling everybody he was this character before, right? And we watched it on TV. He's making us go there now. Like he's jumping out at the screen and he's grabbing the viewers, and it's like because we're on our TV screens like this. Like, bro, no, I gotta see what's going on. Like we're scanning QR codes on television screen. A dude randomly in the audience holding up a giant QR code. There's a QR code sticker on the back of Austin Theory. It has nothing to do with anything, right? And it leads to this random video. It leads to this website. It leads to this announcement of 923 at 923, and it's in blue. I'm like, okay, so that's clearly on a Friday, and blue's clearly SmackDown Live. You're not gonna sit there and do all these things that you're making me go crazy. Think I'm going nuts. If this is not what I think it is, because what they've done is they found a way to take the audience, and we're actually going there. When he says, "Come with me," we're actually going with them. This dude's lead is down a dark place, and I'm like, dude,
he is.
Who can do that in television? I've never seen that in professional wrestling before, and I'm like, yo, how in the heck did they pull this off?
It's crazy. He always said it, man. Let me in. And he is literally penetrating our minds.
We are going down this rabbit hole with Bray Wyatt. He's saying, follow it. Like you said, follow me down this hole. Like, bro, we're following him because we scan the QR code. We want to see where this goes. We're tuning in. He's got us watching his every move. He has us watching everyone he's associated with their every move. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. I was about to just say shout out to the production creativity because, like you said, the fan interaction is crazy.
Bro, the detail is ridiculous.
It started way back to the Riddle and Rawlings feud.
Yep.
Outside. You got people outside with just the random phones and taking videos and tweeting it out. And look, now you got us out here looking with our phones ready, doing every break. Nobody's going to the bathroom anymore.
No, exactly. Like
we're doing Raw now,
bro. We're not flipping channels.
I'm over here screenshotting the TV screen. Like, look, bro, you see that bird right there,
bro? Everything, every segment potentially has something on it, and I'm just like, and you don't want to miss it. Like when I miss Raw, I'm like, dude, I don't care about the matches. Like I need to know all this in between stuff that I'm missing because they're teasing these things left and right. You know what I mean? Like they did the same thing with Dexter Loomis, and now they're doing the same thing with The Fiend, and I'm just like, what in the world is in store? And hook, line, and sinker. And I'm like, I don't remember a day where any professional wrestling show could be so like when we watch TV before, it's like they're over here and we're over here and we're watching what they're doing, and that's all it was. But this is something like I've never been pulled into something that's been pure entertainment in such a long time, if ever. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm doing exactly what they want me to do. They purposely wait to commercial breaks and they're playing White Rabbit randomly with the red lights everywhere, and everybody's pulling out. And crazy part is, this is the psychology of it. They know exactly what people are going to do when those lights cut off. Because guess what? First thing people are doing, they're pulling out their phones, and guess what? The fireflies appear unintentionally.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
They're not playing Bray Wyatt's music theme. That's just people's natural response when it goes
Ever
dark.
since then.
You invoke the fireflies that way by saying, okay, we're going to dim the lights red and then play this music. And automatically all these lights are going up. And I'm just like, dude, we're part of the gimmick now. Like he is like playing us like a fiddle, and it's working. He's like, dude, I'm working the audience, and I have not shown up yet. One thing they said that the White Rabbit is known for is showing up late. It's representative. You know, if you watch Alice in Wonderland, oh, you're familiar with the stories. I'm late for a very important date. And you're like, dude, follow the White Rabbit. Even in the Matrix, I showed that clip for a reason. That was one of the symbolic. I know it's a very Gnostic movie, but it's one of the symbols that they use to kind of pull you in. You know, I showed the clip. He goes literally, follow the White Rabbit. The girl turns around. She has a tattoo for White Rabbit. They go out that night. He runs into Trinity because that's how she lured him. You know what I mean? She lured him into this space so she could meet with him to tell him something that he needed to know, something he wasn't ready to hear, but something that he needed to know. And Bray Wyatt has that same attitude towards the audience. And it's like, to see him be able to do this right now in WWE has been nothing short of amazing. I'm not even going to acknowledge the fact that it's not. Some people, maybe it's not. No, it is him.
It is. There's no other explanation. No. It's him. It's him.
They took all his old music off of Spotify too. Because that's what I was looking for. And then when I played it,
new music. He's going to have.
He's going to have a whole new.
He's going to have a whole new package. I don't know what that package is going to be. But like when he came back as a Fiend, nobody saw that coming.
Right.
I'm like, dude, what is this? But you got my attention. And then that pandemic hit, of course. But it's like, yo, this is going to be something that we have never seen before. And I'm so excited. It's right. It's October's hitting right in time for the foolishness, right in time for Extreme Rules.
I'm surprised right in time for Halloween.
Yep. Like, you know why? Because he's gonna come out in the beginning of October, so you can sell all that product all the way going into Halloween.
Absolutely.
So I just
he's gonna come out with the white bunny with from Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. Like some people was joking about that, and I was just like, dude, it's I don't know. I can't wait to see what happens next. But we're talking about a WWE product. They're finding ways to get us to watch outside of the wrestling. And I think that's the entertainment aspect that you need at the end of the day. AEW is like a wrestling show. I get it. And there's nothing wrong with that because there's spaces like Ring of Honor was a wrestling show. Mm-hmm. But this is just entertainment on a space that I've never seen before. Like I've never been this invested in like a wrestling product in a storyline that's got me like every week. Like this is close to like back in the day, like Monday Night Wars.
Yep.
Like where you like, yo, I have to watch. There is no missing it. If you missed it, you were like, bro, I need to figure out what went down so I knew what happened. And when think about it, I know a lot of the old timers say wrestling is about moments, right? That's the biggest thing. It's not about wrestling matches. It's about moments. How many times did we come to school the next day talking about a wrestling match? No. That was never the start of the conversation. It might have been in there. Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero and Juventud and Psychosis.
But that was it.
You weren't going to that break, bro. Did you see that hammerlock that he gave? Dude, that was the ultimate. Like that
definitely wasn't.
The first conversation we went into school it was the lead off about what the heck happened. It was the moment, bro. Did you see what happened when Sting came down and NWO went left field? Did you see when Kevin Nash came out with a lead pipe? Did you see when they tried to give DDP the NWO shirt and then he turned around and he gave the diamond cutter to Scott Hall, rest in peace, and he ran through the crowd? Did you see when Goldberg beat Hollywood Hogan for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, and now he holds both titles? Did you see like those? It was the moments that we talked about. It wasn't the technicalities of the matches. And here we are now, still years later, we grown, and we're talking about these moments again. And it's just like, man, these kids are going to have a good time watching wrestling with Triple H in charge because he is finding that medium and that balance between the adult viewer and the kid that's just getting in. Like if we got hooked in the wrestling the way we did, I can't imagine the generation that's going to come up watching Triple H's stuff, because we were privy to it in NXT. That was supposed to be the adult show, but now we're getting that same level of attention to detail in regards to the product on the main roster with so much more talent, and I couldn't be more happier, brothers. I'm calling it a night. I'm having a blast watching professional wrestling. What do you guys think? Like that was my monologue for the evening.
I can't say no more. This has been fun. You know,
it's breathtaking, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just sat here.
I find myself being speechless.
I found myself doing my own show, watching you go through all that. You know, because I saw it. Okay, you know, but man,
yeah.
Shout out to you, man. Give the realness his flowers, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You know, I'm always happy to be appreciated. Brother Hugh, you look like me right now, bro. You look stuck because I'm flabbergasted.
I used to say I would love to just sit down with Bray Wyatt and just kind of like pick his brain and be like, look, just see what type of ideas he has created.
You might get lost in there.
And I'm like, nah, bro, I can't do that. No, nah. Because he seemed like he's just on a whole nother level. Like, just thinking about, he's been gone for how long now? Almost 2 years, almost a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
And all you heard was, look, yeah, he's out, you know, studying different movies. He's trying to get into horror films. He's already in touch with the dude with that made his mask. He's researching. He's doing research.
Yeah.
And he was already amazing at like just tricking the audience. Just keeping them confused, keeping them on their toes. This man used to foreshadow. This is crazy to me. This man used to foreshadow things in some of his promos from like a year ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? It's like he'll say something, then a year and a half later, it comes true. And everybody's like, what? Hold on. What?
Bro, he's done it again.
And it's crazy. It's just crazy. And I don't even know what to say, man. Like I'm trying to put it together and I'm excited. Like I've never been this excited, man.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like I say, yo, we get a chance to really enjoy. Like it's made this show that much more fun.
And the way you broke it down, Dwayne, man, you hit it on the head, bro. Like once again, the flowers to you, bro. Like it's crazy, man.
Appreciate it.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
The crazy part is, bro, like we're gonna get off here. We're gonna go on about our business.
You already?
And then we got SmackDown. I don't know what's gonna happen on 9/23 at 9/23, but how smart would it be if that's when the ratings are measured? Wouldn't that be tough if that's when the ratings are measured for the Nielsen thing? I was like, dude,
I wouldn't put it past him, bro.
I will be tuning in to SmackDown on 9/23 at 9/23 because I know for a fact something's going to happen.
Come at Roman.
Nobody's safe because it's like you said, Brother Hugh, you could never put it past Bray Wyatt, who was the king of I want to keep you guessing. Like I want to make this unpredictable again. And I'm just like, you have a passion for this business that we probably have not seen such a long time. I see Wyndham Rotunda like joining the creative team when his wrestling days are over, which I doubt they'll ever be. He's a wrestler at heart, but can you imagine this guy on the creative team?
Oh my god.
Oh man, I can't even like Triple H. Triple H needs a protege at this point because Triple H was Vince's protege. I'm not saying it should be Bray Wyatt, but when that comes to that creative stuff, just take a notebook and start taking notes. Just get everything he has in his head and try to see if you can. And that might be a scary vision in its own.
Yes. Now this is where they need to pass that torch. You wanted him to be the Undertaker before. This is
it now.
This is it. You have your chance.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying he has to do the whole streak thing, whatever, but this is your new phenom. This is your new person that's your mysterious character that nobody can figure out. You know what I'm saying?
We saw it briefly when they were teasing the video package between Sting and the Undertaker. When they were trying, when they started playing the Johnny Cash song, "Can't Nobody Hold My Body Down."
Yeah.
Showed this kind of shadowy figure.
Hold my body down.
Or holding, they were showing this figure with this long trench coat walking in this dark silhouette. And Sting confirmed, like, no, that was they were making that just in case I decided to sign, but it ended up turning to be like they were prepared to go either way.
Right.
And because it could have gone either way, because the feud was supposed to be Undertaker versus Sting from what I was, from what I gathered what Sting was talking about. So they made it so it can go either way. And we were enamored with that. And that was nothing compared to this.
Exactly.
But like I said, brothers, if you watch this show, I gave you the proof. We talked about it. We broke it down. No pun intended, Brian H. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next, man. We're in an age. I think we're coming in like this happened. Everything happened for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. But it was a perfect time because like I already get nostalgic and have a good time enjoying wrestling in the fall as it is. But now this is on a different level because I will go back and watch old stuff. I would enjoy the product that is, but your expectations are lower because you know what you're going to get. But like now, I'm just like, when I miss wrestling, I'm like, dang, I know I missed something. And we have a lot coming up. We have Extreme Rules, we got Crown Jewel, we got Survivor Series. All three big pay-per-views that they're not just throwing away. They put something special on each thing, and I think it's only up going forward, man. Shout out Triple H and the new regime, Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan, and all those who are working for WWE. We need to get William Regal and Samoa Joe back working for WWE at some point.
Yes, sir.
War Games.
War Games. Well, listen, we appreciate you guys, everybody staying with us tonight. Follow us on all social media platforms at Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at The Wrestling Realm. Gentlemen, anything else that you want to say before we wrap up tonight in our investigation as we await for the imminent return of The Fiend or Bray Wyatt?
No, I'm good.
Ronnie's tapping out, ladies and gentlemen. We kept him long enough.
He's nodding out. Like,
I'm really not.
Now you only had 1 or 2 moments today. Usually you got like 4. But we're getting off a little bit early. It's not.
We having a drool coming out his lip and everything.
His eyes just start.
Wow.
Eyes start hanging like this.
Right.
So
he's old.
But we appreciate you guys, brothers. We will do this again. Same bat time, same bat place, same bat channel. Peace out, everybody.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes!